So we're working on our cabinet doors right now for a built-in bench. I'm gonna show it to you guys real quickly, but we're doing shaker doors. So I'm gonna show you guys our process and give you guys a few pointers of how we measure out for the door size and what tools we're using for it. And then Andy's over here getting the bit set. I'll run over there real quick and show you guys. Shaker style and rail bit. So there's one there and he's getting the other one put on the router table now. These are probably the best bits for rails and styles just for your regular shaker style doors that I have found. So when measuring for your cabinet doors, knowing what hinges you're going to use is pretty important to know before you even start building your cabinet doors. So in between our face frames, we're at about 16.5. We're going to use 1/2 inch overlay hinges, which means on the hinged side, the door will end up hanging 1/2 inch over onto the face frame. So we're at 16.5. I'll add 1/2 inch on either side of the door. That way it'll hang over 1/2 inch on that side and on the hinged side. Now, our face frames are 2 inches thick, so if we're hanging 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch on this door, it'll give us a nice uniform look all the way down this entire bench. For the height of the doors, that's not as important. Right now we're about 14.25. I think we are gonna do like 15.5 for the door height. Since we're painting these doors, we're going to use poplar, and we're ripping the rails and stiles to 2.5 inches in width. So Andy's already got all of our rail and stiles cut for the cabinet doors. You got the lengths cut and the widths, but our thickness on these when we get the lumber in is 13/16. We want to take a 1/16 off and make the door thickness 3/4 of an inch, because it just works better with the rail and stile bits that we use, because that's 1/4 inch, there's a 1/4 inch gap, and then another 1/4 inch is cut on the bottom there. So what we're going to do is run these through the planer just to take a 1/16 off before we start cutting our grooves for our rail and stile. So now we ran all of the rails and stiles through with this bit and cut out our 1/4 inch groove that will accept the panel for the cabinet door. Next, Andy swapped out the bit and we're going to run that one through. So what that does is it takes off the end here so that it will fit inside of the rail. After you've got everything cut, you can put the stiles aside because you only need to run the rails through with this bit. While Andy was finishing up the rails and stiles, I went over to the table saw and got all of the 1/4 inch plywood cut for our panels. If you notice, we only add glue on the ends where the rails and stiles meet. That allows the wood to move and be able to expand and contract. Time to throw a couple clamps on the doors and let them sit overnight. And now the following day, we unclamp them and sand everything nice and flat and get it ready for paint. As always, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can catch our next video.